Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another video. So this video is actually going to be something completely different that I've never done, and I never really imagined myself to be in this position to be recording a video like this. But all I will say is life comes at you very, very fast. So some of you guys might be aware of this story that I want to share with you guys, some of you may not, but at the beginning of this year, you know, YouTube and Twitch were going incredibly amazing. I was actually getting into this year thinking like, hey, am I gonna have to change up, like, you know, my life schedule? Am I gonna have to be doing something, you know, alongside the content? Just because, you know, I was thinking maybe, you know, Gears can't last this long. But, you know, to my surprise, the first few months of this year was insane. You know, YouTube was still, you know, doing great. It's still doing great. The Twitch live streams were just popping off crazily, and we got ourselves into a position where I was actually completing challenges set by a viewer who had been in the stream for a little while now, for a good few, I would say between 6 months to a year. His name is Tony Forever 21, that's all I know, his username on Twitch, and he was actually setting donation challenges in Gears. So he was giving me like a specific challenge within a specific game mode with a specific like rule set, and if I was able to complete these challenges, he would donate large amounts of money, which is just, you know, insane to think about at first. But at the time, I didn't really realize what was going on, you know, and it started off small and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it got to the point where it didn't feel real anymore. But I didn't expect anything badly from it, because, you know, this guy's been in the stream for a good while now. But unfortunately, what happened was it got to a point where the last challenge that I did on the stream itself, it got to a point where the live stream was getting in a very bad negative vibe kind of way, right? I was having a lot of people trying to stream snipe me so I couldn't complete the challenges. I had a lot of people coming into the chat just absolutely chatting a load of waffle, you know, just spreading huge amounts of negativity. So I messaged Tony Forever 21 and I said, hey dude, you know, obviously I've been speaking to him for a while now after every challenge anyway, but I said to him like, hey, you know, maybe we should call it quits on the challenges themselves. Like, you know, it's turning the stream into a bit of a toxic place, which, you know, I'm not about that. You know, I'm all about, you know, love, positivity, and just having a good time, enjoying life. You know, he agreed, and then a couple weeks later, to my surprise, I got myself into a position where he actually claimed false chargebacks on all of the challenge donations that he had sent, resulting to a number which is higher than 5 digits, which is just an insane amount of money. And now the problem is, at the time, like, you know, I didn't expect anything bad from it. And, you know, from the background where I come from, you know, we're living with my family at the moment, you know, we're not in the best position, you know, we're living life, and we're able to live life just by getting by, you know. And I thought, with this crazy amount of money under my belt, why should I keep it to myself? You know, that would just be so super harsh on the rest of my family, you know, that would be super selfish. And the way that I've been brought up in life, and, you know, the way I've grown up is to respect everything and anything for as little or as much as you have, right? And I was like, you know, this is a crazy high amount of money, why should I keep it to myself? So, you know, I said to my mum and dad, I was like, look, you know, I'm gonna pay for the bills, you know, the electric, the gas, the rent itself for the house that we live in for the next 6 weeks, as like a little gift, you know, just for being my mum and dad, you know, just for being awesome and, you know, allowing me to do what I do. And then, you know, we had a few car problems, so I was like, you know, I'm here, we're in a good position, I'm gonna sort that out for you as well. You know, I know you haven't got the money, so don't worry, you know, luckily I have, and, you know, you can pay me back as long as you like, it doesn't really matter, because, you know, I'll get it back over time. And I was doing all these things to the point where I gave, I would say, 60 to 70% of the total challenge donations to my mum and dad, because I didn't think anything was gonna happen, right? You know, I wasn't worried about, you know, something badly happening, which it did, with Tony Forever 21 claiming all these chargebacks, which actually left my PayPal account balance in a huge negative minus. And because of that, I was just shocked, you know. I didn't know what to do. This was about middle of March time, and 2 weeks passed, and I thought I could just maybe, you know, continue what I'm doing, and, you know, leave it to the side and just let it build up gradually month after month as, you know, we're doing the YouTubers, still doing the Twitch streaming. And it was when PayPal started to call me about, you know, the negative balance, and, you know, actions would have to be taken if I don't do anything about it, if I don't replace the money, if I don't, you know, update my PayPal balance so it's not negative anymore. And they were actually ready to push the whole situation to a third-party company outside of PayPal, who is responsible for handling, you know, owed amounts of money, and you know, collector agencies. And they would actually be coming out to the house, and, you know, if they can't get the money, I don't even know what they were going to do. I wouldn't even know what they would do. So I honestly, you know, at that point, I didn't know what to do. You know, I didn't know if I was going to be able to continue doing content, if I was going to be able to continue doing streaming. And, you know, like, I do a few cleaning jobs on the side, like I work at a chip shop 1 day a week, and I was thinking, oh shit, like, this is real, like, this is bad. And, you know, I wasn't really worried about myself, it's just I was worried about getting my family involved with something as big as that. And it has, you know, I didn't have any control over that, they had nothing to do with it whatsoever, and I didn't want to bring something like that into their life. So I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do? Like, am I going to have to go, you know, to my boss at my chip shop and be like, look, you need to give me 40 to 45 hours a week for the next 12 months, and I'm going to have to go work full time, which would obviously, you know, affect videos, it would affect streaming, and, you know, I probably would have had to give it up. And then I was thinking maybe about, okay, maybe I can reduce that amount of time to maybe like 6 months and sell my entire Gears of War collection and just sell everything that I physically own. And, you know, that would reduce the amount of time that I have to go spend away working, but, you know, it wouldn't really add or justify to the problem, because, you know, I'm getting rid of stuff that I shouldn't do, you know. So I honestly, like, excuse my language, I thought I was fucked. I actually did. I didn't know what I was gonna do. So all I did was, you know, tweet it out, you know, just put it out there briefly, like, you know, hey, has anybody got any experience with something like this? Has anybody got any experience with chargebacks, and, you know, what to do next, and, you know, what I should do? And that's where a viewer, one of you guys, actually reached out to me via DM. And this guy had been in the stream a lot recently. You know, he'd been in the stream when these challenges had been going down. And to my surprise, he actually wanted to help me out in a big way, but first, he wanted to share his story with me, just so I can include it with my story and just share it with you guys. So, yeah, life comes at you fast, and it's... I will say that what I've learned already is that there's nothing in life that you can't be prepared for. You know, life could be going amazingly up here, and then, you know, fall all the way down within a click. So, I want to share Jeff's story. You know, the guy wants to stay anonymous, so his name isn't Jeff. I'm just going to call him Jeff, just so you guys understand it a little bit better, right? But yeah, this is Jeff's story. So now Jeff's story starts off with that he lost his mother when he was a lot younger, about 16, and his younger brother was about 7 years old. And shortly after that, his father fell into a deep depression, neglecting both himself and his younger brother, just turning to alcohol. So Jeff took it upon himself to take the responsibility to care for his family, because obviously his father or his dad wasn't in a position to do so. And then once a bit of time had passed, Jeff actually decided to move from home to his best friends and his father, who became like a second family, where Jeff visited his family only for holidays. But unfortunately, December 4th, 2016, Jeff's best friend, his wife, and his 2 kids were actually involved in a fatal car crash that unfortunately ended up causing them to lose their life at the scene. And because of this news, Jeff's best friend father actually committed suicide shortly after, leaving Jeff to have to deal with mourning for his second family, you know. And it's just, he actually had to hold a funeral for all 5 individual people at the same time, which kind of caused him to go into a very dark place, as he struggled mentally to carry all of that at the same time. You know, I think anybody would. And it got so bad to the point where it actually left to Jeff finding himself in hospital because of it, where he had to spend a long amount of time trying to recover and get over the fact of everything that had happened in his life so far in such a short period of time. And it was actually during this time at the hospital that Jeff told me personally that my videos and live streams was a way to keep his mind elsewhere, so that he could, you know, use it and build it himself back up to the point where he could get out of hospital and return home and return to the normal life, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. The fact that content that I love doing and creating can do that for someone is incredible. Now, once out of hospital, Jeff hit me up instantly and he said, as I mentioned earlier in this video, that he wanted to help me out in a big way. And I've never met this guy, you know, I've briefly spoke to him recently just because he contacted me about this whole situation. And shout out to Jeff, man. He actually has come through and replaced the entire amount that I owe to PayPal in my negative balance to put me back into the positive. And, you know, the case with Tony Forever 21 is still going on. And so, you know, I might still win the case, you know, I might get everything back or I might not, right? But I would honestly say right now that, Jeff, you know who you are if you are watching this video. Thank you so much, dude. You honestly have just, you have been an angel just that just come out of nowhere. And you've done an absolute blessing for me. But not only me, you know, my missus, my family, because, you know, this whole situation doesn't have to affect them whatsoever now, even if it doesn't go in my favor. And I just want to say thank you, you know. But overall, you know, the message of this video to you guys is that both like myself and Jeff, through, you know, different ways, but worst parts of our lives and worst experiences, the best thing that you can do is, you know, just try to stay positive and just try look to the future and just look, you know, look ahead as much as possible, right? I personally thought I was screwed, and, you know, I wouldn't even want to know how Jeff is handling, you know, his whole situation. And there's actually going to be a link in the description of this video to, you know, suicide prevention for you guys, because, you know, I want to use this video and use this story and use this experience that I've had recently as a way to, you know, if any of you guys are out there and you know, you're feeling some sort of way that isn't a good way, and, you know, you're feeling alone, you are never alone, you know. No matter how bad something may seem, if you give it time and, you know, you don't do anything stupid, you know, you speak to, you know, family, you speak to close friends, you can even, you know, call up suicide prevention and other agencies for, you know, just for a chat, because life is as bad as it may seem. If you keep it together yourself and just, you know, look ahead, things will get better. And as you can see, for me, myself personally, with this whole experience, I was at a point where I didn't even want to think about, you know, what was going to happen in the future, right? I didn't even want to think about if this whole case thing falls through and the collector agencies arrive at my house in person. I don't even know. I don't even want to imagine, you know, what kind of chaos and just trouble that would cause, right? But honestly, guys, you know, I just want to say to not only Jeff, but, you know, every single one of you guys watching this video, if you are still watching at this point, thank you for, you know, all of your amazing support, whether that's, you know, just watching a YouTube video, watching a live stream, you know, if you can donate on stream on Twitch, you know, if you can subscribe on Twitch, you know, they aren't necessary, but they definitely, you know, help out a crazy ton. And I just want to say that I'm so, you know, I feel so grateful and lucky that a normal guy like me that just loves playing Gears of War can take it in a productive way to produce content and, you know, use that as a way to express myself and touch out to, you know, other people around the world who, you know, decide to come across myself on my own channel, my own content, and actually like it, it's still absolutely insane to me thinking about it. And, you know, I wouldn't want to change anything in the world for what I'm doing right now, you know, no matter of how amazing or bad it goes. You know, I love doing this, and you know, I don't know how long, you know, we have left of doing it. We're gonna keep going. You know, I'm getting old. I'm 24 this year. I'm 25 next year, man. Holy moly. Oh my days. I'm 25 next year. What? That's insane. But yeah. Thank you guys for listening. If you did watch this video all the way to the end, I truly appreciate you. Thank you for your support. You know, hopefully you guys enjoyed the story that I wanted to just, you know, to get off my chest and share with you guys. Again, you know, a huge shout out to Jeff. You know who you are. Thank you, you know, for coming into my life at a point where I didn't know what was going to happen, or, you know, what I was gonna do. So thank you, dude. Honestly, man, it's absolutely mind-blowing what you did for me, and I appreciate it a thousand times over, man. I don't know what else to say, you know, like, it's just, you are an insane man, and thank you so much for just being incredible, dude. But yeah, hope you guys enjoying the videos recently. Definitely let me know, you know, in the comment section below if you've got anything to share. And again, you know, if you are watching this video and you are feeling some sort of way, you know, you're not alone. You know, there's always a better side to life. You just need to get over that little obstacle or that little bump in the road and get there. Because once you're there, you'll look back and be like, okay, you know, it was bad, but now it's better. Thank you guys for watching. Give the video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already. And as always, I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.